Hello class and welcome to Chapter 13, the Balanced Scorecard and Business Value of Information Technology. Our learning objectives for this chapter are 1. Describe the Balanced Scorecard framework. 2. Explain the purpose of strategy maps. 3. Describe different types of IT and why IT initiatives can be difficult to evaluate. 4. Define the Balanced Scorecard management process. And 5. Describe how an AIS system contributes to a balanced scorecard management process. Problem: 40% of financial executives say their company's IT investments are proving little or no return on investment. A formal structural approach that links IT investments to business performance can avoid problems. The Balanced Scorecard is a widely used tool that can help companies link their IT investments to strategic performance. The Balanced Scorecard, a strategic planning and management system. It is used extensively in business and industry, government, and nonprofit organizations worldwide. It aligns business activities to the vision and strategy of the organization. It improves internal and external communications and monitors organization performance against strategic goals. So there's 4 perspectives to the Balanced Scorecard. The learning and growth perspective serves to improve processes. The business process perspective enhances customer value and lowers costs. The customer perspective grows revenue. And the financial perspective benefits from the lower costs and revenue growth. So learning and growth perspective describes the firm's objectives for improvements in tangible and intangible infrastructure. Human capital is investment in people, ensuring the right people with the right skills are available. Information capital is investment in information, ensuring required access to information and the ability to communicate that information. Organization capital is investment in creating a unique corporate identity and culture. It ensures that employees know and are aligned with the organization's strategic objectives. The process perspective has 4 points. Operations management processes such as supply, production, distribution, and risk management. Customer management processes such as those involved with the selection, acquisition, and retention of customers and growth of the firm's market. Innovation processes such as identifying opportunities, research and development, product design and development, and product launch. And regulatory and social processes such as financial reporting, accounting, and those that manage environmental, safety, and health, employment, and community issues. And then the customer's perspective. The value proposition differentiates from the competition. Product attributes such as price, quality, availability, and function are important, and service attributes as well as brand image are also important. It creates customer satisfaction, retention, and new customer acquisition. One example is Starbucks. What product and service attributes are most important for Starbucks and why? Price, quality, availability, function, service relationship, and brand image, right? So Starbucks doesn't necessarily offer a low price, but they offer what a lot of people might consider a reasonable price for the quality of their product. It's available almost everywhere, right? You're almost anywhere you are, you're near a Starbucks. The function is simple, it's easy to go in and out. The service relationship is friendly, and they have a strong brand image. So let's talk about financial perspective. Financial perspective confirms the success of the firm's investments and its ability to deliver value to customers. Overall objective is shareholder value when we're talking about for-profit companies. Other objectives usually relate to long-term growth and productivity. Why a balanced scorecard? Well, we have both leading and lagging indicators. We have internal and external perspective. That's what makes it balanced. So strategy maps, a one-page representation of the firm's strategic priorities defines a strategy map. It shows the cause and effect linkages among strategic priorities, and it allows organizations to assess and prioritize gaps between current and desired performance levels. So here is here is a strategy map. So we have some different learning and growth perspectives: human capital, information capital, and organizational capital. And it flows up into internal process perspective, operations management, customer management, innovation, regulatory, and social. And these things contribute to our financial perspective: productivity strategies, shareholder value, growth strategies, and customer value, right? We have relationship with our customer, our image, our service attributes, and our product attributes, which, if we do well in these things, can contribute to our growth strategy. So here's a simple markup for a strategy map. So roles of accounting information system / IT in balanced scorecard framework. Balanced scorecard recognizes the difference between investments in tangible information technology and the capabilities created by that technology. Information capital in the learning and growth perspective is an intangible asset that reflects the readiness of the organization's technology to support business processes. Information capital includes computing hardware, such as individual computers, infrastructure, such as communication networks, applications, such as accounting and decision support software, and employees' abilities to use the technology effectively. Nature of information technology investments. Function IT performs a single function, such as enhancing worker productivity for standalone tasks. Network IT allows people to communicate with one another. Enterprise IT restructures interactions within the organization as well as with external partners. So some examples might be, let's talk about network IT. Allows people to communicate with one another. Email is the simplest example here, right? But we also have messaging systems and even our enterprise management system, right? Because it has information that people can easily communicate back and forth with one another. Function IT performs a single function, such as enhancing worker productivity for standalone tasks. This might be some sort of technology that helps workers complete, for instance, if we're talking about welders, if we have a piece of technology such as ultrasound inspection technology, helps us ensure that our welds have full penetration when they're being welded, so that we don't have any rework. So this improves our worker productivity. And then enterprise IT, again, it restructures interactions with the organization as well as external partners. So this could be our database system that allows us to pull reports for both ourselves and external parties, things like that. Summary of 3 IT investment categories. So function IT assists execution with discrete tasks, and it does not require complements, but impact can increase with the user's skill. Network IT facilitates interactions. It does not require complements, but impact increases with user's skill and extent of teamwork. And enterprise IT specifies the nature of business processes and requires interactions, and it requires complements, and impact often depends on users' skills, teamwork, changes to the way work is performed, and changes in the way decisions are made. The balanced scorecard management process. The steps necessary to plan, implement, and monitor performance are: 1. Formulate. The company examines its competitive environment and identifies ways in which it can best compete consistent with its mission, vision, and values. 2. Translate. The company establishes specific objectives, measures, targets, and initiatives, and develops capital initiative and long-term budgets to guide resource allocation and action according to its strategy. Link to operations. The company prepares operating budgets, prioritizes business process improvements, and key performance indicators. At this point, it establishes necessary IT systems to support strategic business processes, as well as management reporting and review capabilities. Then monitor. The company monitors performance to ensure processes are meeting objectives and provides feedback to operating managers to continuous improvement. And number 5, adapt. The company evaluates the effectiveness of its strategy, conducts profitability analytics, tests the cause and effect assumptions of the strategy, and identifies potential alternatives. So if we look at this process in a graphic form, we see here. Formulate, affirm missions, values, analyze competitive environment, develop strategy. Then translate, set strategic objectives, and develop long-term budgets. Then link, prepare operating budgets, establish IT systems, operate processes. Then monitor, track performance, provide feedback to operating managers, and adapt. Analyze profitability, reconsider assumptions, and consider alternatives. So the role of AIS in balanced scorecard management process. IT has an important role in implementing and managing the balanced scorecard management process. It provides information to support strategy formulation, and it provides processing to develop and distribute budgets for strategy execution. Lastly, it collects data and converts to information to assess performance against strategic objectives and allow ongoing management. So some examples of AIS IT use are executive dashboards, right, where we can pull up information quickly to get a snapshot of what's going on, how we're doing. Business intelligence systems. Business analytics help us analyze the results and hopefully adapt, reach future decisions. Enterprise IT for transaction processing, like our ERP system. Budgeting systems might be within our ERP system or a standalone system. And communication and collaboration systems. Email, things like WebEx, GoToMeeting, stuff along those lines. So that's going to be the end of chapter 13. I appreciate you viewing, and God bless you all this week. And we have 2 more chapters left. I look forward to seeing you for those. Thank you.